And welcome to this channel. Today I'm going to show you something really cool. We are going to be doing image detection using this image. It's the New York Times Square, and we're going to count the number of people and use Python and OpenCV. Let's go! First, I'm going to create a new Python file where we will create our code. I'm also adding the shebang line so our operating system knows that this file is Python. Next, I'm importing the OpenCV library. I'm also importing a helper library that helps us finding paths in the file system. We want to run the detection on this image here of the New York Times Square. As you can see, there are multiple people walking there, and we would like to detect where those people in the picture are. So the first thing we're going to have to do is specify the file paths where this file is in our file system. In my case, it's in my home folder under the downloads folder. We can then use the OpenCV library to read in that file from the file path. We get back an image object that we can run detection on. Next, I'm creating an HOG descriptor. HOG stands for Histogram of Oriented Gradients, and it is a feature descriptor that is used in computer vision and image processing for the purpose of object detection. Next, we are setting the detector to a detector that is optimized to recognize people in crowds. So we're using a detector that is not specialized on recognizing faces, but it's specialized on recognizing standing people. In the next step, I'm calling the method to detect the number of people in the image. So I'm calling this method detect multiscale. I'm passing in the image and I get back a tuple, and the first element of the tuple is the array of recognized people. Now let's print the image to the terminal and have a look what it gives us. So when I run the Python script, I see the array. And this array gives us a width, a height, an x and y position where the detected object in the image is. So I can go back to Vim and I can add a few new lines here and loop over that array. As you can see, this is x, y, height and width position that we are iterating over. I'm then using the OpenCV method to draw a rectangle around the people that we found, and I'm passing the upper left corner of the rectangle and the lower right corner, and positions upper left are x and y, positions lower right are x and y plus width and height. I'm also specifying the color that the rectangle is going to have and the width of the border. Now we also want to see the image with the rectangle, so I'm using OpenCV's method imshow. I'm adding a title here and I'm passing the image so that we will be able to see it. I'm also adding a method wait key 0 and destroy all windows, which basically means the program is waiting until we're pressing a key and then we're closing all the windows. So I exit my editor here and I run the script, and the window will pop up somewhere else. I have to drag it in for a moment. Here we go. So here's our New York Times Square image again, and as you can see, the recognized people are having squares around them. There's also a little problem here. As you can see, the upper part is also detected. That's actually not a person, as you can see. So we are going to go over and crop the image a little bit so we can select the area that is relevant for us. So going back to our editor, we will add a cropping function that helps us only using the part of the image that is really relevant. We're adding this between reading the image and using the HOG stuff to detect the people. So I'm adding a new line here and just reading out the height, width, and also the channels. This is just FYI, the channels. Out of the image, I'm using image.shape, which is an attribute, and then I'm calculating the cropped area that I'm interested in. I'm keeping it simple here, just using half of the height until the full height and the full width of the image, which will give us the lower part of the image. Remember, the image starts from the upper left to the lower right. I'm then replacing our image detection function I'm replacing the variable of our image detection function to pass in the cropped image, and I'm also doing that in the image where we draw the rectangles on, and then I'm running the detect function again. Drawing in the image, you can see now that we have basically a very similar result. So we've detected all the people again, except for the upper right tower that we had before, because we cropped the image. So going over this again real quick, first line is the image to load. Then we are loading the image into OpenCV. We were cropping the image. We were setting up our detectors. We were iterating over the result of people that we had. And then we were drawing rectangles on the people that were found by the image detection program with OpenCV. I hope this video was helpful, and if you like those videos, let me know down below in the comments, and like and subscribe the video. I'm happy for any feedback and what topics to focus on next. Happy New Year 2024.